Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel Daughter of Increase. My name is Denise for those of you who are new to the channel or who just happen to stumble across this video. And I'm the founder and CEO of Daughter of Increase Ministries, that is DOI Ministries. And here on this channel, I help you guys to increase in your faith and relationship with God in Christ through Bible studies, book reviews, discussions, and more. And I do that by posting twice a week, every Wednesday and Saturday. So if you have not done so already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, to join the sisterhood over here, to click the bell to stay notified of when I post a new video, and to like this video. As the title says, I'm going to be doing a TBR video. I mentioned in the previous vlog that I was going to do a TBR video, and so at first I wasn't, but then I got a couple of prompts that I thought was interesting for Christian fiction novels, and so I had a list of 30 and I wrote them all out, and then I made a sort of generator wheel. And you'll see I'll post up, I don't even know what side, maybe on this side, I'll post the screenshots. That's baby's girl head. She's up in her bed right now. But yeah, I am going to post the screenshots here of me spinning the wheel. We're going to go through the prompts and then go through the books that I have selected for these prompts. I have not done like a really fun TBR in a minute. I usually just select books that I kind of want to read. But these are books that I actually want to read and have been on my TBR for a minute. And so we are going to start off with the first spin, which is going to be posted here. So you guys can see I have a total of 30 prompts and we're spinning and it lands on prompt number 2. And so prompt number 2 says, find a book where the main character's name starts with the letter from the word faith. So that's F-A-I-T or H. And for that one, it was a tie between Brave by Misu Andrews and A Voice of the Ancient by Connilyn Cossette. But of course, I gotta go with my girl, Connilyn Cossette. I gotta read this. The main male character's name is Avedon. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook. But this is the first book in her latest sort of, I guess, trilogy. It is the King's Men trilogy. Books 1 and 2 are out. Book 3 is going to be coming out really soon. And y'all know I've been behind on my reading. I have not read Tessa's latest books. I have not read Misu's latest books, nor have I read Connie's. And I need to. And so, yeah. So this one is biblical fiction, of course. We love a good biblical fiction novel. I kind of miss getting into biblical fiction books. And so, yeah, I'm excited to dive into this gorgeous book. The cover is just stunning to me. I love it. But it says, as the eldest son of a Levite and a Philistine, Avedon is torn between his duty to his family legacy and a desire for something more. After an enemy attack strikes close to home, he takes the opportunity to fight with his cousins for the newly crowned King Saul. But when one of the cousins goes missing during the battle, Avedon refuses to leave him behind. Kiza, which if you read any of her previous books, you already know all her books are intertwined. You can read them as standalone series, but it's best to read all of her books in order. I'm just saying. Kiza is the daughter of one of the most powerful clan chiefs in the territory of Manasseh. On the brink of a forced marriage to a loathsome man decades older than her, she has no choice but to run, hoping to find sanctuary with her mother's family. United during their journeys and battling to survive the dangers that surround them, Avedon and Kiza make a pact to travel together. As challenges pile up, they must not only rely on each other to stay alive, but also learn to trust the true and eternal King of Israel to guide their every step. So I'm just excited to read this. Connilyn Cossette is definitely one of my favorite biblical fiction authors. Definitely, I think second to Tessa, obviously. But I'm excited to finally dive in and then finally get caught up on all of her work. But I will be reading the ebook because having a physical book around, as much as I love a physical book, ebooks just make it easier. So I am going to read all of these books I'm talking about via ebook, but if I have physical copies, I will transfer my notes towards the end. But yeah, so moving on to the second prompt, spun the wheel and it landed on prompt 15. And all the prompts should pop up underneath my face or above wherever I put it. But it is choose a book where the main character is running from something, whether in their past, a secret, or even God. And this one was tea, y'all, because I really didn't have a clue. And so I literally just went into Google and put in the prompt and said, list some books. And the first book that came up was Francine Rivers' Redeeming Love. obviously we know she's running from the past. The main character was running from her past and running from God, but I read the book already, so I didn't want to include that. And then I think the third book that they mentioned was actually this book, which has been on my TBR for a minute. And so it's The Priest's Graveyard by Ted Dekker, the first book in the Danny Hansen duology, I think it is. And all I know is it's Ted Dekker, okay? It's Ted Dekker. Ted Dekker is a Christian thriller, mystery, sort of horror writer, and his books always confuse me sometimes. Like, I think the most confusing book I ever read for him was Skin. If you ever want to be confused by Ted, read Skin. But I'm going to read what it says. I have it pulled up on Goodreads over here on my tablet. But it says, two abandoned souls are on the hunt for one powerful man. Soon their paths will cross and lead to one twisted fate. Danny Hansen is a Bostonian immigrant who came to America with hopes of escaping haunted memories of a tragic war that took his mother's life. Now he's a priest who lives by the law, or by a law of love and compassion. It is powerful men and hypocrites who abide by legal law but eschew the law of love that most incense Danny. As an avenging angel, he believes it is his duty to show them the error of their ways at any cost. Renee Gilmore is the frail and helpless victim of one of such powerful men. Having escaped his clutches, she now lives only to satisfy justice by destroying him, regardless of whom she must become in that pursuit. But when Danny and Renee's paths become inexorably, I think I said that word wrong, but entangled, things go very, very badly, and neither of them make it out of this hunt alive. Judge not, or you too will be judged. And so clearly he's running from his past, the memories of a tragic war that took his mother's life. And I'm just excited to dive into another Ted Dekker. I am a fan of Ted Dekker, even though sometimes he frustrates me. His writing is amazing to me. So that is book number 2. And then moving on to my third and final spin. I only did 3 spins because I'm still in the middle of like a couple of other books. I'm in the middle of a couple of other books. So, third and final spin, I spun prompt 11. And prompt 11, let me pop that up real quick because I definitely switched out, is choose a book that will have the most immersive or richly developed world building based on the cover or the blurb. This one, I'm going with The Chaos Grid by Lyndsey Lewellen. It's the first book in the Chaos Grid. I don't know if it's going to be a duology or trilogy. I showed this in my Kobo review that I recently did. But yeah, this is a Christian sci-fi dystopian, and I actually do like Christian dystopian. I'm not a big fan of like secular dystopian novels. For some reason, they just don't intrigue me. But Christian dystopian, it's good. And so, yeah, the reason why I'm picking this one is because I know for a fact, because it's a dystopian world and the cover itself is just intriguing. You see nothing but the desert, you see the truck, you see the sands up. It's just giving intriguing world building. So this one says, cross the grid, survive the storms, let your destiny burn. When mankind attempts to control nature's backfire, Texas descends into a wasteland. Storms rage, ravenous beasts roam the outer grid. The only safe havens rest inside the tech-obsessed domed city. See, tech-obsessed, even better as far as world building. But when her parents are murdered inside the Plex City Dome, 17-year-old Juniper Conway wants revenge. Ties to her extended family threaten to pull her back as she runs from city to city. The Plex is endangering its citizens by legalizing a deadly nano drug, and Juniper's family needs her help to deliver the counter agent. Saving the city who orphaned her goes against everything she stands for. The only way out is to brave the wasteland. Juniper joins a shipping crew fearless enough to transport food across the outer grid. But when a string of bad luck turns lethal, she fears something or someone is dragging her back to the Plex. As her world sinks into chaos, Juniper must decide if revenge is worth the lives of the crew she has come to love. And so this is definitely going to be that young adult kind of feel, and it has a 4.3-star rating on Goodreads, and so I'm super excited to dive into this. I have not read that many sci-fi novels within the Christian genre, and so I'm super excited to dive into it. And yeah, like I said, the world building just seems intriguing to me as it is. And so those are the 3 books that I am picking from the prompts. However, the rest of my TBR is going to include the followings. And so I am still in the midst of A Divine Revelation of Spiritual Warfare by Mary Kay Baxter. I should have been finished this book maybe a month or 2 ago. I'm still in the midst of it because I just had a slump in June, but I just did not feel like reading. And so I'm 30% of the way through on that book. And so I want to read it and get it over with. Like I need to. And so that book is still on my TBR. I think it's Winter's Chill. Let me not quote that and make the wrong decision. Hold on, y'all. Let me open my Kindle. Winter's Maiden. Winter's Chill is a sequel, but I'm still reading Winter's Maiden. Honestly, I'm 69% of the way through. It's looking like a 4, maybe 4.5. We'll see how it ends. But this is by Morgan L. Busse. Y'all know I love me some Morgan L. Busse. I feel like she is a queen of Christian fantasy. So yeah, I'm excited to just continue on with this. I do have a copy of the sequel, and I think the 3rd book. I'm not really sure, y'all. My brain is all over the place. But yeah, that is another book that I'm reading for this month. So that's 5 books. And then my nonfiction for the month, out when I finish reading Mary Kay Baxter's book, is going to be Dietrich Bonhoeffer's The Cost of Discipleship. I bought this book maybe almost a year ago, 2 years ago, who knows. Got it from Barnes and Nobles when I used to do like my monthly book hauls. If I could find the video where I posted this, I will link it in the cards. But if you guys don't know, my girl Alexis Ashley on YouTube, her channel, she is doing a book club and she is going to be doing this book. And so I said, you know what? I got the book. Let me join in because I do want to read this. And I know that this was actually supposed to be a book club pick for DOI. Y'all, I've been all over the place. It's still going to be a book club pick, but I'm just going to take the time myself to first read it. I already sorted out like the chapters and stuff that I have to read. The first meeting is going to be on the 16th, I think it is. I printed everything out. Yeah, July 16th. And so I have to read the intro all the way to chapter 4. And so that is that. So that's 6 books for this month. I have 4 Christian fiction novels. Plus, I have my 2 nonfictions that I'm going to be reading. And if I can, I do want to try to read this classic, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I don't even know how to say the name. But I heard so many things about this. I don't think it is a Christian novel, but a lot of people say that there are Christian aspects to this book. And so I definitely want to read it. It is a classic. And so I'll read the inside. It says, Paulo's enchanting novel has inspired a devoted following around the world. This story, dazzling in its powerful simplicity and soul-stirring wisdom, is about an Andalusian shepherd boy named Santiago who travels from his homeland in Spain to the Egyptian desert in search of a treasure buried near the pyramids. Along the way, he meets a gypsy woman, a man who calls himself king, and an alchemist, all of whom point Santiago in the direction of his quest. No one knows what the treasure is or if Santiago will be able to surmount the obstacles in his path, but what starts out as a journey to find worldly goods turns into a discovery of the treasure found within. Lush, evocative, and deeply humane, the story of Santiago is an eternal testament to the transforming power of our dreams and the importance of listening to our hearts. And so this has been on my TBR, physical TBR, for so long that I said, you know what, if I have the chance, I want to read it. If I don't read it for the month of July, I will read it in August. I want to get back into reading one classic a month, or if it's a thicker classic, one classic every 2 or 3 months, depending, because I have a classic shelf. I actually do enjoy reading classic novels, and I love also watching the movie counterparts. And so I don't think there is a movie for The Alchemist, but I definitely want to check out The Alchemist because it's one that's been on my TBR. And so yeah, I'm interested to see what the book is about, what it's giving, my thoughts as a Christian reading it. I definitely want to start reading a lot more classic novels from a Christian point of view. There is a YouTuber that does it. I can't think of her name off the top, but I will put up a link to one of her videos. I think Christian Faith and Fiction does videos like that as well, but there's another YouTuber I'm talking about that does it. I'll leave them, either put their names on the screen or link videos to link a card to their videos. But yeah, my TBR, 6 books, possible 7th. There are other books that I still want to read, like Donna McNeely's book. I need to reread the first book and then dive into books 2 and 3. I need to catch up on my girl Tessa Afshar. I need to catch up on Connie and Misu. Jamie Jo Wright, I want to read all her books. Okay, I've only read 2 or 3 of her books, and I have most of her books physically. I think I'm missing maybe 4 of her books physically, but I have them all on ebook. And so there's a lot of like authors, Colleen Cowell, I want to get into, but I figured doing the prompts would kind of push me to have fun again with my reading, because I felt like it's just been like, read this. Now, as far as secular books, I don't have any right now. I'm reading one called Shields of Sparrow by Devney Perry, and I've been reading that book for like 2 months, and it's not that the book is boring. I've just been slacking with my reading, but I don't have any other like secular books that I'm thinking of reading, and so I might throw a secular book or 2 in between my novels that I have. But I have a good blend of Christian sci-fi, not 2 nonfictions. I have a thriller. I have a biblical fiction. And so if I need to, I'll throw in a romantasy or a romance that's secular. But other than that, yeah, that's it for this video. So I definitely do want to get back into the groove of doing TBRs and doing wrap-ups. I know I said I wasn't going to do that because it takes me some time to read books, but there have been so many great books that I've read. Like, I'm currently reading a series on Kindle Unlimited. It's called sorry about that, y'all, but it's called The Unspoken Prayer. I think it is. I don't know what the series is called, but I'll put the cover right here on the screen because I'm reading it on the Kindle app through my phone right now. But it's such a good contemporary romance series, and I'm reading book 2 right now in the series. Once I'm finished with book 2, I'm gonna go back and read book 1, because book 1 is about the friend of the main character in book 2. And so I found some great reads on Kindle Unlimited, and I think I'm probably even going to do like theme videos where I just read Kindle Unlimited books for like a week, or Kobo Plus books for a week, because the options are out there. They're just not really talked about. And so, yeah, that's it though. So if you made it to the end of this video, post up this purple heart, because I still got the same outfit on from the blog that I did. And y'all see the lavender. And so, yeah, the next video, I'll probably do a little tech video on my Galaxy Watch. And then, I don't know, we trying to figure out life. Right now, I'm feeling a little bit of pain, like my toe is throbbing. It feels like my toenail was ripped off. But I did just take some Tylenol, 8-hour muscle aches and pains, extra strength, extended release tablets. I took 2 of them. Is it doing much of anything? Not really, but it's not as bad as it's been. So I figured while I still had a little bit of energy in me before I start crying in pain, because I have been crying myself to sleep lately, I would just hop on, make this video really quick so I could have this video for Saturday. My prayer, and it seems like every time I put it in the atmosphere, it's something just comes up against me. But August, I want to get back to the old content. It's just hard to do it in the midst of pain. And I'll be honest, the pain should not be an excuse, obviously, but it's real. Like, the pain is real, y'all. The pain is real. And so we're gonna end it here. Like I said, if you watch the end, post up this purple heart so I know that you watch. If you read any of these books, let me know. What are your thoughts on Ted Dekker, Connilyn, Cossette? If you read The Chaos Grid by Lyndsey Lewellen, if you know of any Christian sci-fi books, not naming C.S. Lewis, because I know C.S. Lewis has fantasy and sci-fi books, but yeah, I'm gonna go because she wants to talk. And I actually got an ice cream bar sitting out that I want to snack on. I feel like I deserve some ice cream. So y'all know I had 30 prompts. So I think every month I'm just going to pick 3 prompts, and whatever other books I read. But we're going to try to get back on to doing my TBRs as much as possible, because I miss doing them. I miss doing my TBRs and just having fun with reading. Not to say I haven't been enjoying the books that I've been reading, because the books I've been reading have been like 4 or 5 star ratings, but I just ain't been talking about them. So I might do like a wrap up of all the Christian fiction books I read. I don't really know, because I've been watching those videos and they seem interesting, but that sounds like a very long video unless I like breeze through it. I don't know. But if you are interested in any of the books that I read, my Goodreads to Daughter of Increase and my personal Goodreads are linked down below. Both of my Goodreads accounts has all of the Christian fiction books I read, but my personal ones also has the secular novels in case you are interested in reading secular novels. But if you ever wonder what Nades and Niece is reading, check my Goodreads. That's the best place to look. But yeah, I'm gonna go, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.